Now, the Livewire.
You have a dead man in the band, is what you're saying.
Yes.
That is
His name is
so.
Kelly.
Kelly, it's the most creative name.
If you had to describe Spare the Dead with one word, I found this the other day, and it's campy. That's what we are. Everything we do is campy. We're serious, but it's kind of goofy in the background. It leans really into it really well.
It's serious songs for unserious people.
Yes.
Here's the Livewire with Branden.
Well, hey there. Thanks for listening to the Livewire. We're back at it here this week with local band Spare the Dead, one of the hottest rising local bands in the area right now. They're part of the Local X Showcase out at West End, one of the first rock shows that we've had out there with the Local X. Voted by the fans, now landing regular rotation on the X. These guys are building serious momentum in the local scene. We're talking about their music, their highly choreographed live performances, and what's next for these guys as they're quickly becoming impossible to ignore. Crank it up. This is a Livewire with Spare the Dead. If you were out at the Local X Showcase at West End last week, you caught this band, local rockers, Spare the Dead. They graced that stage, one of the first rock shows I think West End has done with a new management. Really cool to see them. Welcome to the show, Daren and Zack.
Thanks for having us. We're excited to do a show with you.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. It's great to be here.
I wanted to ask you first off, just getting back to that local showcase concert, how much fun was that out there?
It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of cool people come out. It was our first time playing with Red Echo.
Why? You deceive me. You try, but we never believe.
So it was nice to finally see them in person and, more importantly, see them live. The other band, Scissor Tail.
Since they become dulled by a green flower and a glass half full, dissociate some more and we'll tell ourselves it's better at the bottom.
Yeah, you know, it is a different experience to see a band live and to hear an album. I always feel like their album music always means more after you've seen them live.
I totally agree with coming to see live because you really get to see the emotion behind the songs. Seeing live is also a visual medium, so I think we like to incorporate a lot of that into our performance as well.
You know, I was following a little bit along on your Facebook page, your social medias, and I love the fun that you have in shows. You know, you put makeup on, you have fun with your crowd, with the fans. That's got to be a lot of fun to kind of bring that show to people.
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially live shows, they should be fun. You know, people are moving around, people are moshing, people are dancing. So we just try to get into that a little bit. We dress up to kind of put on, you know, a visual, like I said before, kind of more of a visual medium type of show. And we are all wireless, so we kind of have that freedom to run out into the audience and start pushing people around or go and tag someone and run back to the stage real quick. We tend to have a lot of fun with it.
Zach here is stepping in a little bit. Like you were saying, it's different seeing live versus on the album. We try to really put on a whole performance. And we're not just getting up there and playing the songs. Like we have a pre-programmed light show. We have our own fog cannons that are all synchronized to the beat. Actually, two of us, myself and Tim, the other guitar player, we're electrical engineers. So a lot of we're familiar with programming and, that realm. And so that translates over pretty well. Like programming the lights, the fog machine. We have backing tracks where we're playing sound effects, spoken dialogue, that kind of thing. And all the guitar changes are automated. So we're not stomping on pedals. You'll get weird effects happening while we're running around. And what we really pride ourselves on is it's an experience, not just watching some dudes play some songs.
That's definitely different for Northwest Arkansas. I love hearing that there's more to it. I always challenge bands, especially local bands, to put on a show. Man, props to you guys for doing this. Where did you get your name? Where did Spare the Dead come from?
So it's a little nerdy, but I'm the resident nerd of the group. So I ultimately came up with this name. My friends and I were having our little nerd night group get together, and we were trying to come up with a name for the band because at this point it was basically a done deal. We were trying to figure out the details.
We had a couple other names. I think it was Midnight Gunfight.
Something like that.
We had some names that just didn't really click.
I thought Midnight Gunfight was really cool, but I don't think it really fit with us specifically. So we were coming up with names, and we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and we came across the spell called Spare the Dying, and it's sort of a pseudo-resurrection spell in the game. So everyone thought my band should be called Spare the Dying. And I really like the name, obviously. But I was like, that's not really, if you're going to look up Spare the Dying, you're going to find the D&D spell. You're not going to find us, right? So basically, I just changed the last word from dying to dead. And then I went to my bandmates, and I was like, hey, what do you guys think of Spare the Dead? And then immediately, no thought required, everyone was like, that's it, that's the name.
Yeah, we just knew.
And then you got to roll with it. It's like, all right, let's start printing out gear. You guys have merch. You guys went headfirst into all the merch booth, which that's another dimension to a band. Can you explain what you do there on that side?
Yeah, so actually we've kind of really stepped that up a little bit this year in that we started an LLC to kind of umbrella all that stuff. And there's merch you can sell in person, right? And you run into issues where if you want to provide cool items, for example, like shoes, you have to buy a bunch of different sizes. And, we don't have that size, we don't have this size. So we've actually started using print on demand, where we don't make as much money off of it, but we make all these different designs, and you can buy them off our website, sparethedead.com, and they're made to order.
Wait right there. So you're telling me that I can buy Spare the Dead shoes?
Yes. Yeah,
absolutely.
We've only got one model right now. They're black. They got white soles. They're black fabric, and then they've got a green and purple kind of. I call it purple. My girlfriend says it's pink.
It's pink as purple in that realm for sure.
I think we're all colorblind or whatever, but it's like green, purple, pink, something like that. And it's got the skull on the basically the top of the foot, and it's got the logo, and they're pretty cool. I've got a pair that I wear around pretty regularly. That's
sweet, man. I think this is the first local band that I have heard that's selling shoes. You're pioneers, pioneers for that local showcase. The very first local showcase concert went down at West End. I appreciate you guys being a part of it and getting those votes. What's it like being on the X, like in regular rotation with all these, big names? It's, like on the radio. Did any of the family hear it?
Yes. The whole experience is kind of surreal because, I grew up in this area my entire life. So I grew up listening to the X and you plugging all these other bands. But I assumed were like huge names. And some of them were huge names, and then a lot of them were local, and I had no idea. But that's how some of my family found out that, the show was happening, is you guys were announced on the show. And of course, we've been getting plays on the local X, and people have really been tuning into that as well. So yeah, we really enjoyed it.
I don't talk to everybody I know about being in a band because some people are just not into that kind of music. It's very niche. I like to say it's like some people like green olives, some people like black olives, and some people don't like any olives. But people that I hadn't even talked to, they're like, "Oh yeah, I heard you on the radio the other day." Like that. Hearing that is just kind of mind blowing.
Yeah.
Where you're listening to Seether 1 minute. And then our band's coming on. It's very humbling.
Yeah, man. I thought it was so cool, and it fits on the X. So I was pretty stoked to hear you guys' sound and want to experience it live. So definitely keep us in the loop. And check them out on Local X. They're Thursdays from 7 to 9. And I wanted to know, what is influencing Spare the Dead's sound? What band do you guys really look up to when it comes to your sound?
There's a number, right? We listen to all kinds of stuff. Daren's a big Demon Hunter fan. There's a couple that really stand out that we take a lot from. The main kind of tone that we get a lot of our stuff from is a band called Current. They're out of Massachusetts. Kind of modern metalcore is what you'd call it, I would say. And the heavy riffs, the low tunes, breakdowns, that's a big part of our sound. But then also talking about the presentation before, another big one is Ice Nine Kills. They write songs about movies and personify those. And for example, our bass player is a plastic skeleton man, and just between me, you, and everybody else on the radio, all his parts are pre-recorded, but we pretend like he's actually playing them. And so we take a lot of the theatrics from Ice Nine Kills and kind of incorporate that into what we're trying to do.
You have a dead man in the band, is what you're saying.
Yes.
That is
His name is
so.
Kelly.
Kelly, it's the most creative name.
Yes. Where did that name come from?
It just came from the top of our head, if you can believe it.
It's his name. So what
We asked him what his name was, and he said his name was Kelly, so we had no reason to doubt him.
Yeah, don't doubt him, man. Well, I'm looking forward to the next one from Spare the Dead. Back to the merch idea. I was just thinking this. I was putting in, a picture of you guys for the podcast, and I have to do short, words, and I put Spare the Dead, and I put STD. You guys realize that you're STD, right, if we're putting this in a system?
Yes, we do. And we kind of lean into it. We like to joke it's the only STD you want to catch and the only one you want to spread around.
There you go. And I want an STD shirt that looks like the STP shirts. Maybe we can get those in print for us.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, the STD thing was an unfortunate thing that we didn't notice that when it first happened. We realized that later, and then the one word that, if you had to describe Spare the Dead with one word, I found this the other day, and it's campy. That's what we are. Everything we do is campy. We're serious, but it's kind of goofy in the background. It leans really into it really well.
It's serious songs for unserious people.
Yes. Oh, man. I've never been more hyped to see a band live, so please keep us in the loop for when your next show is. And we're going to showcase a tune that has been playing on the X. What's the name of this one, guys?
I believe it's called Dissension.
And what's the premise of this one?
So it's kind of it's how easy it is to slip to the worst version of yourself, the angry one, the sad one it is, kind of presenting how tempting that is as well, just kind of where you give up kind of attitude, I am the way I am kind of attitude. And at least in the lyrics, it's presented as a toxic relationship, but with, the worst part of yourself.
A very deep song. It's not about losing a girlfriend. It's got some deep lyrics to it. And kudos to you guys. I've given you so much kudos today because I'm blown away at all the fun you guys are having as a band, and that you do Nerd Night. I'm also a part of a Nerd Night crew. Now, I don't do Dungeons and Dragons. We just do Hero Quest, and it's a blast. And
perfect.
So much fun to get the guys together and do that. So I hope you guys continue to do that, and I wish you continued success in your music, man. And cannot wait to catch you guys live. So we're going to finish this out with that tune. I appreciate you guys. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds here because we ran a little long to, on your own, whatever you want to say. If you want to introduce this song or if you just want to give a shout out to your listeners, the floor is your guys. The floor is yours.
I just want to give a shout out to everyone who voted for us to get in the local showcase, and shout out to you guys as well for putting it on. I think it's really cool that you guys are doing that and showcasing local music. So thanks to everyone who voted. Thanks to everyone who came out. And thank you guys over at 104.9 BX.
That's Daren and Zack from Spare the Dead right here on the Livewire. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you, Branden.
temptation